The time is nigh. Open up your eyes to see the signs of the times. Got to be wise to all of their lives. Look to the sky from where my help comes. Wake up, got to wake up from the slumber. Don't let them pull you under. Rise up of the water. Never let them wrestle you into the mud.
Yes, family. Yeah. Can y'all hear me? Greetings in the name of His and Her Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I, Empress Rosea Menon. Y'all already know, man. One perfect balance. Give me a mic check there, family, real quick. Real quick. Give me a sound check. Sound check. It looks like I'm going to have to get a mic. Maybe. Give me a sound check, family. Let me know how it sound out there in cyborg space. Let me know how it sound in cyborg space, man. Give me a mic check. 1 2 1 2. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Yes, thanks for joining Politically Incorrect, where we get it correct, straight. But if we're not correct, feel free to correct us. We say that all the time, and I don't know, for some reason people think we be joking. Look, right on the bottom, Politically Incorrect. We on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 p.m. Yeah, we might be on nighttime saving time right now. Nevertheless, like, share, and subscribe. But if you don't want to, that's cool. But still tell a friend to tell a friend. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. And the reason why that is, well, it's for obvious reasons, man.
Real news for the people in real time.
It is real news for the people in real time, where we bring the receipts straight. Yeah, we be talking to, but we definitely be showing the information. For sure. Who will win the race for deceit? Some folks might get it, some folks might not. Nevertheless, stay tuned. We're going to definitely chop it up tonight. We're going to ask a question. We're going to open up the mic for sure. We're going to open up the lines. We're going to bring the viewers in, bring the callers in. Who will win the seat? Who will win the race for deceit? Deceit, because in 2024, believe you me, it is indeed a race. And it's a race for deceit. Straight up. Having said that, I sincerely hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. And I hope your weekend was a strong beginning. Because you see the amount of rain we had. Oh, man. It's like when they tell you something coming, nothing don't come. Then something come they don't tell you and be like, wait, what happened here? What happened? So that's what's going on, man. So we give thanks for the rain. We give thanks. Kind of wash things off a bit, man. This weekend was enough energy all over. Shout out to the family in the Pine too, by the way. I'm going to leave it at that. I ain't going to call the names. But I give thanks for the meditation. Straight up. Yeah, that's how it be. Shout out to the elders too, man. Yes, all of them. Yes, all of them. That's how it go, man. So we're going to answer this question tonight. Who will win the race for a deceit? Study it. All is language. We got some information we got to drop. And you remember that thing I came across recently? Well, not recently. This was a while back. That monument right there on next to Quartz on Spring Garden. It was erected sometime in November. I can't see this one too clear, strangely enough. Did I take two? I took one. Oh, I know what happened. I know what happened. Okay. Yeah. So sometime in 1905, they erected this, this in November, so that. But this is to commemorate individuals who would have first, and the word that they used was first, I want to get the right word they used, man. Took possession. There you go. They took possession of this island. Listen, remember that right now. We're going to get into it a little later. But remember that line. They took possession of. My inbox crew, that monument on Spring Garden next to Quartz. I don't have a name for it, but I need an image of the plaque. I need an image of the plaque. The one I have is, well, the one I have now isn't fully 100% clear. I was on the phone when I took that, when I screenshot it. But nevertheless, I want to know the year that was built. I know it was before 1627, the year they say Barbados was settled. So there were folks there before. So where am I going with this? We're going to take a little trip and try to put things in perspective, for sure. For sure. When it comes to this issue of land in Barbados and whatnot, I want to touch on two things. I want to show you something that's, I think, well, important enough to mention it. Ms. Critchlow, greetings to you too. Divine greetings to everyone. Greetings to you and the entire family, man. Sexy D. Greetings to you too, man. The diamond in the rough, man. Sean say you're late. Sean, cut it out, man. Cut it out. Yo, never late, man. I'm always early. Always early. Ryan said loud and clear. Greetings, greetings. Jackie said, sounds good. Might check, might check. Tell me if it crisp, man. It crisp. It crisp. Andrew said it sounds good as well. Sean said, I can hear you loud and clear. I don't know if people can hear me though, because I hope they can hear me. I think folks be just skimming through my program, man. I don't think they be hearing. In fact, they probably be hearing, but I don't think they be listening, man, because it's evident that they ain't listening. That's the thing. King Alfred, how you doing, man? Shout out to you too, my brother. Loud and clear. So there's no discrepancy when it comes to the audio. I am loud and I am clear, if nothing else. All right. So far, so good. Good night to you, family, all the way in UK. The original first family from the UK. Shout out to you and the matriarch moms. Good night, good night, good night to you. Yes, we here. We had an amazing day. I'm telling you, we was a pain in somebody. You know, we was a pain to somebody today. I'm telling you, they had pains. They had aches and pains. 8 p.m. Caribbean time. That, you know what, Ryan, you know, you just can't help yourself, huh? No, it's not 8 p.m. Caribbean time. But you know what? We on relaxed time, man. Now, what happened was I was trying to balance a few things all at once. So, you know, that's not always practical. I cannot clone myself. Although sometimes lately I think that I have been cloned. I don't know, because it's like, well, wait a minute. But I don't know. This thing sounds strange. It sounds strange. We living in a different, what they say? We living in an alternate dimension. It certainly began to look that way. I'm telling you, man. You cannot make this stuff up. Love to play on words. Oh, you love to play on words. Oh, now you get it, right? Now you get it. At least somebody get it. Who will win the race for deceit, man? I'm telling you, man. Politicians. It's crazy, man, because, you know, I got calls from, I think it was Friday afternoon, just before I went into the program. When I came out the program Saturday morning, I didn't get a chance on weekends, but then on Sunday, got more calls. Finally got a chance today to figure out what all the hype was about. Like, okay. So the question is, who will win the race for deceit? Because I'm telling you, Pedro, greetings to you too, family. Jal, I see you, family. Look, Ms. Calendar, greetings. How the family doing? I trust that all is well. When you get a chance, shout me forward. Ms. Stewart as well, I trust that all is well. I hope it was pain by name and nature. It was a pain regardless, in some form or some fashion. You ain't hear that they got some cybercrime bill in Barbados and you got to toe a line. You got to toe the line. You cannot say things that make people uneasy, emotionally, what the word is, emotionally, something or the other, and something or the other, and something or the other. You got to toe the line. So here it is now. Let me see here. All the corrupt demons. Oh man. You know it's funny? We use this word demons, right? Demon. We use these words, and I'm telling you, man, we use them in the context that we came and found them. But if we was to do some digging on these words and start to check some of these words out, we'd be surprised what we come across here. Really and truly. Nevertheless, you got to be very careful these days when you're making certain statements, Pam. There's a bill that's folded, and somehow if you say something to somebody that offends them, you could be fined. You could be fine. Greeted that second. Will do, family. Good, good, good. Family, good. Wonderful, wonderful. Janelle, greetings to you too. Royalness. Royalness. Pam, I see you too. All over the world, the truth is the biggest crime. Wait. You realize that? The minute you start speaking facts, not feelings, facts. No matter how much you loud, feelings don't become real, man. Facts is facts. And if you can't present no facts, then you in your feelings. And if you in your feelings, then that leaves room to wonder. It makes you wonder, man. It makes you wonder, man. So people cannot vote in 2024, 2025, 2026, 2027, or whenever they're supposed to call this election. Because that's what it is. It's a selection election. And I kid you right now, man. The plantocracy have already decided who they're going to put to manage their affairs. And that's why we need to pay attention to all this rambling, hooting, and hollering, because it is all connected. All of it is relative and all is connected. That's why there's a race for deceit. And that's why ever so often, regardless of who sits there, and well, of course, I told you the first 5 years is, as a minimum, you got to give them that. Unless they do some crazy stuff. Other than that, they're part of there, man. Straight up. So, good night to you too. The truth is an offense, but not a sin. It's never a lie. The word demon caused a woman die by the police in America. Yo, yeah, that was crazy, man. All roads lead home. Facts, 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 facts. Yeah, man. Apparently words, man. Words, you grew up hearing sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never harm me. That, my friend, is a lie. Because words have the ability to unnerve people, man. That video with that young lady is a classic example. And although folks might question, well, that wasn't real, it was this, it was that. The reality is that we live in a time where it is obvious that some people are disturbed by words. And then what happens is that they themselves try to use words to do likewise. Well, the only difference is, some words carry weight. Some words are just hollow. So you got to know yourself, man. You got to know yourself. So when we put these words out there, we can't pull them back. When we put them out, we can't pull them back. We got to be held accountable accordingly for what we say and do. And that goes for everyone. Who will win the race for deceit? One politician gonna come and say, yes, that one there's the absolute worst, the absolute despicable. And guess what? You put them in spot there in 5 years, you begging, get this Negro up out of here. Why? Because invariably, they all do the same thing. But what is that one thing that they all do? Well, to put it blunt, the art of deception. That's it. They all promise to go and do something, and in most cases, they never do it. However, what they actually do is maintain the status quo. And depends on the proximity and relationship. Some folks may get a crumb or two that falls off the table. That might be suffice for them. In fact, that might be that might be good enough, satisfactory. But then there are those of us who are a bit different. And we're not waiting on no politician to give us no permission. We're not waiting on no political party to grant us a favor. Quite frankly, we just go and govern ourselves. And then that's it, full stop. Who like it, who don't. Because in reality, only slaves ask permission. Free people don't ask permission. Free people are not required to ask permission. In fact, to use the word loosely, and God formed man and woman, yes, man and woman, by definition, clearly separating the two for specific purposes. And guess what? Gave them dominion over the earth. Full stop. That's what we're dealing with, man. That is it right there in a nutshell. We could wrap it up right here. The other told me this morning, man, some folks walking with eyes open shut. Like I never heard that before. He said folks are walking around right now with eyes open shut, buying into every wind and doctrine. But you know what? The scripture did say that, that you got to be mindful in these times. And so, whereas I may not subscribe to the idea, a lot of people are still caught into the narrative of the political arena that displays itself as the government. They govern the mental, govern, control, mind. Their aim is to simply do one thing and one thing only. That's control the minds of those who would rather have their mind controlled. Because there's some folks who prefer that. And so that's how it is. That's how it has been. And at this point, that's how it has always been. Lioness, greetings, family. Yo, I came across a picture of myself. I wonder I don't know how old I was. I'm going to have to calculate it. I was actually in the newspaper in Barbados. I think this was what? That was Christmas. You know that Christmas time, everybody go to the park. And, everybody, well, if you're a Barbadian, born and raised in Barbados, I don't know if they still do that now. I don't know. But in my time, and I'm telling my age here, right? We going into the 70s here now, man. Not the 90s, not the 80s. We going into the 70s. In my time, Queen's Park, well, even the 80s and 90s too. Don't get me wrong. But the thing was to go downtown, go to Queen's Park, and on Christmas morning, after folks leave their church service, and they had on their finest wear, I know they would go and, socialize and mingle. And there was this one year, I might have been like, I don't even know, I might have been like 2 feet tall or at best, 3 feet tall at the best. And I was, so the photographer, I think his name was Grantley. If I'm in error, somebody correct me. I think he was a freelance photographer that worked for probably The Nation or The Advocate. He had transitioned some few years back. So salute to the elder. He was known, everybody knew he was. He was one of those photographers that would catch you, when you wasn't looking and put you in the Heat magazine or something. I think his name was Grantley. I could be wrong. But so I think it was him. They took a picture and they had posted me in the newspaper some days later. I think might have been the Sunday Sun or something. And they said, this young man is dressed to kill. And I was a little toddler. And so from young, that was something I thought about. Like the other day, I was listening to a song. We was out and we listened to a song with John Travolta. This was the Bee Gees' Saturday Night Fever. And I remember, so I was saying, right, I go and scan the picture. I didn't scan it tonight. I go and scan it and I go and post it. I go and post it, man. I go and post it, man. I go and post it. Y'all gonna be like, wait, what? I'm telling y'all want a good laugh. I'm gonna give you all that, man. And so, but why am I saying that? In this thing called life, some of us, from the time we were young, we knew we were different. We may not have understood at the time because, most of our parents would have grown up in a Christian society and therefore taught fundamentally Christian principles. And so we would have practiced those things which we were told. And primary school and whatnot, the first song they teach you, well, one of the first songs is the Bible. Yes, that's the book for me. And in reality, you can't even read the book. So what I'm saying is that, they teach us but we grow up embracing these things. But as we grow and we become a man, one of the things we're supposed to do is put away childish things. And I'm not suggesting that the Bible or Christianity is childish. What I'm saying is that you put away the idea that somebody has to tell you what to think. You got to be able to think for yourself. You got to be able to see through the fog, because there's always somebody trying to tell you, trying to cast a spell on you, trying to tell you exactly what they want you to think, because perhaps they think that way. And in essence, that's what politicians do all day long. They don't want you to think for yourself. So they tell you what to think. Oh, this politician here is the absolute worst. Look, they're spending all the money. Tell me at which point in the past 60 years, how long it's been, 66, 58, if my math is correct. Well, 54. Wait, what? 66, right, 54. 58, sorry. 2 years is 60. So tell me the last 58 years, how is it that we always get shuffled between one and another? What is always the deciding factor? Tell me, anybody right now in the comments, type in the comments right now, what has always been the deciding factor in changing parties? Well, not parties, but people, because the Constitution in Barbados, quote unquote, does not acknowledge parties. They acknowledge individuals. Hear the word, individuals. Deep stuff. Write in the comments real quick, somebody. Tell me what has been the one deciding factor. One. I had it queued up here. I don't know if I can find it, man, but I had the program recently, well, not too recent, about a month, 4 months ago, where Tyra came on, Tyra Trotman, by the way. Shout out to Tyra Trotman, by the way, came on and spoke about the Constitution of Barbados not recognizing parties. And so they recognize individuals. And so, okay, no problem. No problem. Greetings to you too, family. Said you speaking facts, man. Peace to you too, family. Peace, peace, peace. Tell a friend, family. Spoken words cannot be recalled. Facts, man. That's a fact, man. Words can work like a warrior's lance. That's right. That's right. In the hands, well, in the tongue of a skilled individual. You think the devil looks after his own. Oh, man, I'm telling you. Yep. Seriously. Words with a S in front of swords. Words with an S in front is swords. Words with an S in front is swords. All right. We switch the S to the front, right? It's a sword. All right, we got you. Facts. So the tongue is sharp like a two-edged sword, right? Deceit. Okay, I see somebody paying attention. Who will win the race? Who will win the race? Who will win the race? So we all in the pantomime. And action. Yeah, well, guess what, though? A lot of folks, trying to get this starring role, man. Yeah, you're right to laugh, man. You're right to laugh. God, plural, is Elohim. Now, wait a minute. Hold on. You getting ahead of me here, young fella. You getting ahead of me. That's where, you get ahead of me. I got my notes. You got my notes. We're going to get there tonight because, like I said, when you become a man or a woman, you put away childish things. You have to have the ability to think for yourself and discern for yourself. Because if you're still at the stage where you need to be told, well, if that means basically you're a Negro. You've only grown as far as your knee. You've only grown as far as your knee. Hence, the Negro mindset. We're going to get into it, family. Greetings to you too, Marie. I see you. Dressed to kill. Yeah, man. They actually said that. You wouldn't believe it, man. I'm going to scan that for you. Y'all not going to believe it. I wanted to put it out earlier, but I didn't get enough time to do one or two things. And I was going to play my song too, the song that I got the whole idea from. It was crazy. I might play part of it just for fun, just for kicks. Pam, I see you, man. You playing where the picture? Yo, where the picture at? Yo, don't start that. Don't start that. Do not start that. I'm telling you, I'm going to put it up. I'm actually going to post it. I kid you not. I'm going to post it. I'm actually going to post it on Politically Incorrect Well, I can't post it on YouTube. Well, I probably could post it on YouTube. I might post it on YouTube and I post it on. In fact, I'm gonna post it on YouTube. I'm gonna post it on the Facebook page, and I'm gonna post it on my personal page. I'm gonna hook it up, man. I'm gonna hook it up. I'm gonna hook it up. I'm gonna hook it up. I'm going to hook it up. Let me see. Can I do this? Can I do this? Can I do it? Can I do it? I'm trying something. Wait, it like it worked here. Let me see. I just tried today for the first time. Wait, it working too? Making sport, man. I was always the one with questions. Yo, man, that's another thing too. The minute you start answering questions, nobody minds when you answering the right questions to who they consider the right people. You answer questions to what they consider the wrong people, it becomes a whole nother conversation. But guess what? No one is exempt, man. You put yourself in a position, as minute you said you want to be a political leader of any sort, there's folks who want to question you and question what your objectives are. You know, what's the plan? What you doing? Night all from Mama Night. Hope you all good. Yeah, we good down here in Barbados. We had a lot of rain today. Felt like England, perhaps. Yeah, they're all fighting for seats. I see you, man. You playing with the words, huh? The deciding factor for a changing government is the amount of tax deductions. Somebody paying attention. King Alfred, you see what's going on, man. It's always been and has always been about the money. We're all in a movie and time for the director to call on this horror show. Action, right? But listen, Pam, the fact is, it has all the so-called votes. No. The vote is a census to tell the administrators how many people are still not thinking straight, are still not right thinking. That's all it is. It gives them, it's a census to gauge the climate of the country. So therefore, in the last election, they said about 40% of the people came out who voted, which means that there's about 60% who just observed from the sidelines. And out of that 40%, 30 went to Miss Motley and her Motley crew. And the other votes were divided between the individuals who participated, the other individuals, because like I said, it's not about parties, it's about people. And so from that, we can discern that there's a majority of people in Barbados who are uninterested for a number of different reasons, whether they're thinking for themselves or otherwise. But that group of 60% is also divided between those who are secretly engaged and working behind the scenes to facilitate the facade and keep it going, both on the BLP and the DLP program or programming, versus the others who see right through it and are like, man, I'm up out of here. I'm not even dealing with it. And so you got to know yourself, family. When you become a man, you put away childish things. Have the ability to think for yourself, because if you can't think for yourself, trust me, somebody going to do it for you. You must question everyone, including me. Question everyone. That's what's up. When it was COVID time, we brought all the receipts up here. We brought all the information from the World Health Organization and presented the facts to the people, plain and simple, so you could see in black and white. We wasn't just talking. We sent out voice notes trying to scare the living daylights out of you. We informed you so you can make an informed decision. To make an emotional decision is childish. It's childish, but we grown. So we want information. We're going to need some facts, not emotion, not feelings, some facts, so we can discern who will win the race for deceit. We want facts. So don't tell me that one government doing bad, we got to get them out. Okay, that's fine. That's feelings. Show me evidence. Okay, well, look, they spent this, they spent that, they spent this, they took this, they did that, whatever. Okay, well, that's interesting. That's facts. We could work with that. Okay. So now tell us, why should we put you in that position? Well, I feel I have this idea. No, wait a minute. Give us the facts. Give us the facts, man. Give us the facts. They said the chat going fast. Yeah, I know you're going to say that, man. I've been missing a lot of folks. I don't want to miss folks because the lines are open. Call me anytime. A lot of folks be trying to call me behind the scene. I don't mind the calls behind the scene, but I tell people, if you got questions for me, especially questions that you are unclear on, call. My number right there. My number literally right there. Send me a message, ask me a question right there. You know, where's Wreck-It Ralph? I didn't see Wreck-It Ralph since the night Tyra was on here. Well, I didn't see Wreck-It Ralph made a post since the night that Tyra was on here. I wonder when Wreck-It Ralph gonna come back on. Quote unquote. Pam, I am so looking forward to seeing that photo. I'm laughing already. Nah, you ain't gonna laugh. You're gonna be like, wait. You're gonna be like, wait, what this? What this? I'm telling you. You're gonna be like, what this? Man, I tempted you. Don't tempt me, man. Don't tempt me, man. I'm telling you. Don't tempt me, man. Don't tempt me. Don't tempt me. Do not tempt me. I hear looking for something, you can tell, right? I hear scanning. They got a few of them here lining up like, child, man. What are you gonna do here, no? Ooh-wee. All right, look, let me not do that. So I'm gonna get to it. Don't worry about it. Greetings, family. Greetings, family. I see you, cuz. Rastafari to you and the family. What else we going on here? The fatted calf. Yes, Janelle. Just they promises the comfort to a fool. Aunt Rose Ben put me on that, man. The deciding factor is the economic climate. That's a fact. It's always be about the money. No matter how you splice it, every government that asks you to put them in and get rid of the ones that are in, the basis of doing so is that they're mismanaging, quote unquote, taxpayers' money, the taxpayers' dollar. That's what they tell you. They all tell you the same thing. But here's a question. What happens, family, if you decide that you don't want to be governed by them anymore? If you're governed by consent, whether you, based on the individual you choose or did not choose, then wait a minute. What happens if you choose not to consent to that? Just a question. Certain questions in certain settings are never welcome. That is a fact. You telling me? Shucks, man. I answered 3 questions, man. I'm here, my peoples. Listen, smiling butterfly. Listen, by the way. Oh, by the way. Listen. I got an announcement. And I got to say it now. I got to say it now. Let me just put the horns on, man. Make it clear. I spoke to one or two of the DJs, and they're looking at the end of September to have the Zoom social lime, whatever you want to call it. And so folks been asking for the session, the music session. Well, they said the end of September, so at least that's what I got so far. They're working out the details. As I get information, I'm going to put it up. Basically, we're going to put up the flyer. We're going to put up the Zoom link. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And yes, you're going to have to register to come in because we don't want nobody coming on there, man, and exposing themselves and all that crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? As bad as it is that people in Fade be doing that, forgetting camera got a camera, forgetting the phone has a camera, and they on a Zoom, then going in the shower and undressing, all kind of crazy stuff, man. Y'all too much, man. Nevertheless, we're going to keep it gully, man. We're going to keep it happening, but we're going to have to get together soon, family. Have a night of pure conscious vibes, man. Positive energy. Worldwide, man. Folks from all over going to come on in. We can just go and just be with us, man. Full stop. What we got here now? Ras, can a voter or voters fire the politician? If I keep messing up on my job, I will be fired. Well, again, Barbados wrote their constitution as a safety net to safeguard against a lot of things, including if you're not doing your job, you can't really get rid of them. You got to wait until election to elect them out again, according to how it's supposed to be set up. Westminster stuff, what do you expect? You know, it was never to empower the people. It was never about the people. In fact, you know, a certain time, you didn't have certain prestige, certain money, or certain land. You can vote, free or no free. It wasn't happening. Good night, family. Peace to you too. Blessings, Tyrone. It wasn't happening, man. It wasn't happening. Good night to you, family. Greetings. Tell a friend to tell a friend, family. It wasn't happening. So that's basically what was going on. And that's what I'm saying, family. Let me look at this thing realistic. Who will win the race for a deceit? Because it's always the element of deception. You're literally told that this government is mismanaging the money. They got debt. I got to go and fix it. Give me a chance. They go in, they say, look, the first 5 years, I have to undo all the damage that I came and found. Work with me. We got to pull back a bit. And they do whatever they do quickly as possible. Then hopefully the next election, they try to pull it off again. If they don't pull it off, if they do pull it off, then you expect by then to see some kind of result. But do you? Do you see the kind of results that you desire? And if so, are you satisfied? Because if you're not satisfied, well, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, out goes you. And that's what it has been. So in 2024 going forward, we got the whole BLP situation, which we already know. We got the DLP situation, which we are not even clear about. And the thing is, we got one group of the DLP saying they're right and the other side is wrong. And we got another side saying, well, we are right and you guys are wrong. And here's the irony, though. Here's the profound irony that, again, any right-thinking individual can see. But wait, though. Obviously, if you think you're right, you think the other body wrong. So both sides claiming they're right, yet they still both wrong. Yo, can't make this stuff up, man. Look, I did a program on here once that asks, how to infiltrate the opposition. And y'all thought I was joking when I did that. And I outlined every step that I would have taken if I was Miss Montley. And I was even remotely that close to being interested in disrupting the equilibrium of the DLP. That was already partially a sinking ship. Partially a sinking ship. Now, regardless to who came in, how they came in and took over, it wasn't an elected situation. It was a by proxy situation, crossing the floor. The reality is, it was already a sinking ship. Between the two consecutive losses, folks had lost a lot of confidence in the leadership of it under this Mr. Pisa. And then Ronnie came in, and that was a whole nother conversation or controversy, depends on how you want to look at it. Then Mr. Thorne came in and got rid of Mr. Yearwood. Imagine the lawyer got rid of the professor. That's crazy. Just the thought of it. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. You can't make this stuff up. Somebody saved them, man. Please, somebody save them. The thing is that everybody is fighting for the same thing. Who will win the race for deceit? This is 2024, family. Pay attention. It doesn't matter who is in power. You still pay more taxes at the end of the day. That's what I'm talking about. All I'm saying, family, is think for yourself. Have the ability to think. You become a man or woman, you put away childish things. You don't deal with the feelings of the situation. I feel them come out, man. I feel this and feel that. Nah. Deal with it from the standpoints of facts. Standpoints of facts, man. Bottom line. Going to be sharp. Yeah, you back at my picture again, huh? You back at the picture again, huh? Man, Wednesday, gonna put it up on Wednesday, man. I'm gonna do it on Wednesday. I'm gonna do it on Wednesday, man. Gee, Don, y'all ain't easy at all, man. Greetings, family. We live in love, man. We live in love in disguise, man. We live in love, straight up, man. When Mia get that global warming money, what's her plan? How much can Barbados by itself do? Well, you know what? It's not even about what Barbados can do by ourselves. Barbados has always been an instrument in international affairs, Noel. It isn't about what Barbados can do by itself. It's about the quality of people in Barbados that has international influence that makes a difference. Don't sleep on the rock, homie. Don't sleep on the rock. This rock is a special rock. When the Spaniards, well, let me go a little further back. When the Moors, in fact, hold on. Let me just drop this real quick. Let me just play this real quick. I gave y'all something to go listen to the other day, and I hope y'all was paying attention. Because I realized that I give up homework, and I don't hear anybody come back and say, Emmanuel, I checked those links out, man. And man, that was an eye-opener. Let me put this one up. I think this is the one here I want to put up. What's the timestamp? Yeah, let me put this up. Let me go and share this page real quick. Think for yourself, family. Barbados is not what she appears to be. There are a lot of things in Barbados that we don't know. Barbados is probably one of the wealthiest countries we know in the Caribbean, and we don't have the resources. But why are we so wealthy? Because Barbados has a major role to play in the international circuit. Think about it. The world is upside down, family. We looking east and we looking west. We need to look within, family. Know yourself, family. Know yourself at that kind of time. If you're not grounded, like they said, the storms, storms come. But the more storms come and the harder the storms come, it teaches the trees to push their roots deeper. Because if you ain't grounded, family, as the storm comes, you're going to get tossed over. But once you grounded and you know how to work the wind, sway with the wind, move with the energy, not being overcome by it, but letting it flow right through you so you can absorb all of it. No resistance, none. Allow it to flow and you just absorb. Chi energy. Let me play this right here for you, family. Pay attention to this, man. We're gonna holler at the elder real quick. Listen to this carefully, family. The Caribbean is not what you think it is. Look, inbox crew. I'm telling you, man, that plaque that's down there by courts. I'm gonna check my phone. Let me play this and I'm gonna check my phone in case somebody sent it to me.
Zeus and Apollo came from Ethiopia.
Listen.
So when you get in the Greek fraternities and sororities, just remember what Homer said. You must have dealt with the Iliad and the Odyssey by now. But again, I understand. You see, you have been taught by Alex Haley and others that your history started in the slave trade. But they don't even tell you how the slave trade started. They blame you for enslaving yourself. They say your ancestors sold you out. Nice statement. So I asked the guy, what country, what was the name of the king? Oh, don't worry about that, they sold you out. As if I don't know that the slave trade started with the Pope of the Roman Catholic Church by the name of Martin V and Reverend Bartolomeo de las Casas on the island of Hispaniola, now called Haiti and Santo Domingo. You see, nobody told you it's time to get sorry. To feel bad when some Haitians were being slaughtered on the coast of Florida. That's what it is. If you send a people back to sea on the condition where they were, that's genocide. But you see, you didn't feel anything because you weren't taught to realize that the Haitians are your brothers and sisters, because you don't know that the first Africans to be brought in slavery was not taken from Africa, but from Spain and carried to Haiti, then called Hispaniola, in 1506, under the aegis of the Pope of the Roman Church and Bartolomeo de las Casas. But how did you get in Spain? That was 1506. But you went into Spain, which was then called Iberia, Spain and Portugal and southern France, as conquerors yourself in 711 under the leadership of Tariq, for whom the Rock of Gibraltar is now named Gibraltaric. Nothing in your education, because there's nothing in your textbooks about any of this. So you'll have to go to Spain. Luckily, at the University of Barcelona, where I attended for 2 years, there are these documents, and I had never known anything about them. I hadn't known that the Africans called Moors had ruled Spain from 711 until 1485.
1485. Write that down, family. 1485. Write that down. Write that down. Because when we were in school, they told us about 1492. Well, let me see. 1485, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92. 7 years difference? Wait a minute. Hold on. 7 years difference? Hold on a second, family. You mean to tell me that the Moors, African people, conquered Iberia, what we call Asia, Europe, Europea, conquer all that land, and then develop it, civilize those who were there, civilized, taught them, you know, all the architecture that we see, hence the similarity with the Caribbean and Barbados and all. It mean to tell me that we who do that? Yeah. And right after we were the Spanish Inquisition chased out of Europe, 7 years later, you want me to accept some white folks came down the Caribbean looking for new land? Or were they chasing the ones that left before? And if so, chase them for what? What was the purpose? Remember when I first started, I said there's a monument down by Courts that was established and erected. Like I said, the image I had, which I thought it was clear when I tried to upload it tonight, it's very fuzzy. But it's an image. And you know what? Let me see if I can Google that. Hold on. Dr. Ben, talk to me for a second. Let me see if I could find that real quick.
The last of them losing power at a place called Granada. I was always wondering, why is it that 90% of all the songs coming out of Spain was singing to La Morena, the black woman? So how come in this country, 90% of all the songs, the records, the tapes, everything is La Morena this and La Morena that? It is when I went there, I found out La Morena raised hell in Spain. She's still raising hell in Montgomery, Alabama, and in Tuskegee, Alabama, and in Tuskegee Institute. I could look around and see her. Of course, the first one, you threw a good baseball and a good basketball, forget that she could raise hell. You don't want her for a wife anymore. You hit the numbers, you don't want her for a wife. Some of you forget you look like your mama. Sorry, fellas. Try one, it may be good for your health. But we must go back and ask ourselves, why is this so? And I said to the students today at the high school, even the paper you write on shows your heritage and your history. It was in Egypt, Ethiopia, and Sudan that the first papyrus paper was created, not rice paper in China. Just as it was in Egypt that engineering, Sesostris II, you are engineers, many of you, Sesostris II changed the flow of the Nile. That S-turn you see there was placed there by African engineers in 2250 BC. There was no Jesus yet, no Adam and Eve story yet, because that came out of the Sanhedrin in 700 BC, just yesterday, when the African engineers was changing the flow of the Nile. Hydrographic engineering, there was no Adam, no Eve yet, no Jehovah, because Abraham, the first Jew that brought out the concept of a Jehovah, wasn't even born. The Africans had already worshipped Ptah, P-T-A-H. Mm-hmm. Amen-Ra. You still say Amen at the end of each prayer, and they told you it means so be it. That's a lie.
That's a lie. No, I don't want to get too into the religious dogmas. Next thing I say, no, I must be atheist. They don't know what they're going to come up with next. But I'm saying that to say that a lot of what we were told, we accepted as children, growing up in Barbados, in the same school system, in the same religious system, in the same political system. They're always telling us what to think, what to think, what to think. I'm here to tell you that in 2024, I'm saying to you, no, stop. You need to start thinking for yourself. You need to start thinking for yourself. Because in reality, if you think about it, if you're not controlling your own thoughts, somebody else is going to control them for you. And most likely, it is for their own benefit. Even if it's to benefit somebody else inadvertently, I'm sure there's a relationship between the two. Those who have eyes to see, let them see, man. Dr. Ben, I put that link up in the comments, by the way, for those who didn't get it the last time. Go check that out. If you didn't watch it before, go watch it. There's a lot of information in there as well. And it is worth taking a pen and pad with you, our book, and writing some of these things down, and you can go across reference and write your notes. Have your own journal about information so you can, have it as a record, because it may come a time where these platforms, we may no longer have them, because think about it, at one point in time, we didn't have them. When I was on my study quest, on my journey, we ain't had none of this. We had the cipher with the elders, and they would share, and they spoke, and we would build. Now, like, we into prefabs, man. Prefab, as in fabrication. Yo, I'm telling you, man, this is too easy. I don't know what, man. He said, feel free to contact me. All right, my brother. No There's no refreshments on sale. We will not be doing any deliveries. Although that's a good idea, though. Although it's a really good idea. I don't know if we can. I think the island may be too vast. We may not be able to pull that one off. But we'll see. that might not work out. I don't know. Mother Nature was always meant to create, not to make, not be made. Facts. Animal Farm, yep. When the government criticized the previous government and said they'll do better, have we seen it? Are we better off than pre-2018? You know what? That's a good question, Glenn. That's a very good question. I don't know if the question, well, okay, Uncle Erskine would always tell me, the wisdom is not in the answer, but rather in the question. And so I see your question, and I want to raise you a question, because I don't know if it's so much whether or not we are better off than pre-2018. I think pre-2018, in fact, that decade from 2008, when I was back here fully paying more attention to 2018, I will admit, having dealt with the government directly, almost every individual within the Democratic Labour Party, from Frondell Stewart to Steve Blackett, to Sinclair, to Adriel Braffett, to Stephen, Stephanie, whoever, Lashley, who else, man? Majority of them, we dealt with them direct, when we were looking to get help for the youth program, to help the youth choose differently and take a different path. And in reality, the resources that we gather on our own and contributed from ourselves, and with the help of many people who contributed, those youths we were able to save majority, if not at least 99%. In fact, if I had to be honest, man, we probably saved, about 98%. I could only think of 2 or maybe 3 youths out the group, perhaps at best, that ended up in not so pleasant situations. But those circumstances were special to start with. Not only that, we didn't get to complete what we were doing, but overwhelmingly all the rest of youths, I see them all the time, they're doing exceptionally well, especially the ones who were destined for duds or elsewhere. Because there were a few who came and said, yo, Ras, you ain't gonna remember me, man, but you came to my school. In fact, I told y'all I saw one young lady, she was involved in the Coast Guard. She has rank. She said, I remember you. You came to my school, man. Y'all changed my life. Changed my life just with one presentation, because we went to the island school once. We didn't even deal with the youths like how we would normally deal with them. Just one presentation. And based on that alone, we were able to impact on many lives. So I'm saying that to say that the value of a nation is in how we treat not just our elderly, not just our women, but especially the children. And I know firsthand that the Democratic Labor Party in 2008 to 2018 did absolutely nothing to assist in the endeavors we had to save the youth of this island. Nothing. Shout out to Hamila, by the way, who Hamila would have fought restlessly. Yeah, he fought relentlessly, I should say, to make sure that we was able to do things. And we did a lot throughout the region, but Barbados, I don't know. I really don't know. And as far as from 2018 to now, man, I would say this and nothing else. As far as I'm concerned, it is political ping pong. People are played back and forth like a ball being paddled by whoever's holding the racket. I think we need to change this particular sport completely. And so I think it starts with the people recognizing that they need to think for themselves and discern for themselves and not be emotionally, what should I say, charged. Because emotions, they run deep. Some, the feelings, man, feelings come and feelings go. Thorn by name and nature. Ras, to have a new cooking menu, roast bread, fruit soup. What? Man, I will be home soon, man. I ain't, you know what? And you come holler, man. Somebody said the gender guard will press on. I don't know, man. The PM is a crook. If by definition politicians are crook, then all politicians are crook. If by definition lawyers are crooks, then all lawyers are crooks. So then, it's a situation where I keep saying, family, if we focus more on what we need to do for self, rather than waiting to be told or given the instruction or the impression that somebody else is going to be able to do it for you, I think we'd be better off. In fact, I know we'd be better off. The minute we start to govern self and focus on developing us as individuals and developing our people, seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all shall be added. Let's first seek to find self, family. God lives in the kingdom, and the kingdom is inside of you. And if you find the kingdom, you find yourself, then you find God. Find yourself, family. Because once you find yourself, then you can rise above. You don't need no politician. The thing is this, the minute people see that you no longer need them, because in some cases, people think that you got to depend on them for the rest of your life. So rather than teach you how to fish, They want to be the ones that control how much fish you get, control how much fish you don't get, control what you do for that fish or what you don't do for that fish. Well, I decided to stop eating fish. Strictly vegan. Well, I don't know if I guess vegan. I know that vegan thing. I think that's a gimmick, personally speaking. But the ground food, man, the best food, man. Straight up, eat leaves all day long, man. Eat bare leaves, eat flowers, mangoes. I love the mangoes, man. Especially palui. Oh, don't start me. Barbados is always a hub for the traders. That's a fact. Greetings, Elder. Greetings to you too. Shout out to the whole family next door. Yaramin. Shout out to the family in Guyana. This is Ivan Van Sertima, son of Guyana. No, not this one. It's Dr. Ben. Shout out to Ivan Van Sertima too, by the way. In fact, I give thanks, family. I gotta put on some Van Sertima. It's only fear. How can I not put that on? I mean, after all, I always shouting out Guyana. So I definitely gotta put up the Elder for sure. Oh man. I think I got about 3 or 4 of his books. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely shout out the Elder, man. For sure. Now I gonna definitely shout the Elder out, man. Shout out to Ivan Van Sertima for sure. He dispelled the lie that Africans were not here. We wrote the book They Came Before Columbus. That's right. That's what I was just looking for. But if I don't have it on this bookshelf, I have it on the next one. But yeah, family, that's a good book to have. And I'm not seeing it. Yeah, but that's definitely no, I should have that back here, you know. I see Nile Valley Civilization. All right. It's probably in between there somewhere. I'm definitely sure it's between there somewhere. But yeah, that's family. They came before Columbus. The brother just put that down. Go write that name down. Go on your Amazon or your Barnes and Noble. You got to check that book out by the Elder. They came before Columbus. The same thing we talking about. Look how the energy is though, man. Like for real. They came before Columbus. Like I said, if they left 7 years before Columbus, where you think they went, family? They didn't go for somebody went further north. They came down here. We were always here, family. And these politicians, every election period, they keep telling you vote for them. When you got to give up your sovereign right to the land and subscribe to a regime that is funny because according to the Constitution of Barbados, the Constitution does not acknowledge party. The party does not run the country. Doesn't run the island. The individuals who band together become a mob, and that's what they call democracy. Majority rule. The mob rules. So the majority is who run things. And that's what we have to understand. So wait a minute. How is it that, let me see, 40% voted, 30% went with Motley and the crew, and 60% didn't do nothing? Well, that means that the 60% is the majority. So how come the 60% not ruling? Or are they? Ralph Torn, Mia Montley, Ronnie Yearwood, everybody. Who will win the race for a deceit? Shout out to Alex Mitchell, by the way. Big shout out to Alex Mitchell, man. Shout out to Philip Springer as well. I know those are 2 brothers for sure who've been pushing their own movements, trying to get folks to see what time it is. And while we at it, shout out to Fade and Barbados National Congress, BNC. Yes, BNC. Shout out to Barbados National Congress, man. That's what's up. Stay tuned, family. They were Moors. He said they were Moors. Of course they were Moors. He said the traders sell out their people through the so-called religious called Christianity. Then the Muslim scene sees that there were lots of money in selling people, so the Muslim join in. But not quite fair, Noel, because in reality, the Muslims was in the slave trade way before the Christians got involved, man. Way before. But that's something that not too many people talk about for a number of reasons. I don't know. But yeah, you got to understand this is deep, man. This is deep. And the thing is, how would you know if you were being recolonized in 2024? Like, how would you know? Like, how would you know? The Spaniards are full of Moors blood. The Moors rule Spain. Yep. Well, the Moors, I mean, look, man, this thing right here, right? It touchy because as you start going down this road, there are a lot of folks who have their different opinions about the Moors, or what they call the dirty Moors, the ones that look just like you, like politicians, who's supposed to be just like you, like politicians, but they don't preserve you like politicians. It's the same ruling class, family. Same ruling class, man. Pedro, help me with this one here, man. There's a statue of a slave trader named, not sure. The E's pronounced or the F. Ifun Roy, I'm not sure. In Lagos, Nigeria. Yeah. Timbuktu. Okay, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm gonna write that down and I'm gonna look that up, Pedro. Give me a second. Give me a second. Yeah, I got it. All right, I'm gonna look it up and see what's going on with that one. Nah, family, you good. If you good, we good. We learning together, bro. It's all good. I got you on Van Sertima, though. For sure, for sure. But check that link out for Dr. Ben. Check that out, man. So, Jackie, I'm telling you, Jackie, homeworks, allergies, research informs me. All right, all right, all right. No more homework then. Research. Go do your research, Jackie. I got you. I got you. Give thanks for that. We are not slaves. We are prisoners of war, and Barbados is in the jewel of the crown, of jewel in our crown. That's right. That's why I'm saying we got to realize the people in Barbados, there's a mad dash right now for power. It's a power grab. Unfortunately, the people in Barbados don't realize that they're the ones that has the power. So now that we recognize and we are building such a thing, and believe you me, it is happening, and you cannot stop an idea whose time has come. The wheels are already in motion. There's no turning this back. So it's no longer a matter of if. At this point, it's just a matter of when. And it will not stop. Cannot be stopped. Won't stop. So what's happening now basically is that the few that are left trying to prop up an imploding system, they can't afford to move from their posts because it's going to collapse on them. But that's why the scripture said, my family, people, come out, come out, come out, come out. It's time to come out, family. Come out of your state of sleep. Come out of your state of stupor or stupidio or whichever O you want to put there, man. And rise to the occasion, family. Rise to the occasion, man. I had another video. Let me see if I find this one. We're going to connect the dots, man. We're going to connect the dots. We're going to connect the dots. Speaking of dots, in fact, You know, fate is such a thing that I just clicked to play the video the other video. Remember I said I have another video? Jamaica's Great Secret. I'm going to give you the link to this one too, family. You got to go do your research. Right, Jackie? You got to go do the research, family. I'm going to give you the link. We've been here a long time. Not all of us. I'm not saying some folks didn't come across the Atlantic by way of ship. I'm saying that a lot of folks were shipped out of the region to make it seem as if that was what was going on. But we know otherwise, man. We know who we're dealing with. Like they told the Indians in India, oh, yes, going around the corner. And they brought them and dropped them off in Guyana, call it Guyana. And all of a sudden they think they run things, but it's just a matter of recognizing, pay homage to who was there before, man. Just a respectful thing to do. But if those who were there before don't stand up and claim and seize that monument I told you about when we first started, that's on Spring Garden Highway, adjacent to the courts warehouse in that open field. If you have never seen it, go and see it. Go and see it. There's some dates on there that speak about when they first took possession of this island. In other words, this island was taken. It was taken. Well, if you take something, you have to take it from someone. Because if it was just sitting here, you didn't take it, but they took it. They took possession of it. They actually tell you that. They took possession. It's ours now. We keeping this. In the name of the king. Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right. Anyhow, family, I want to, well, let me give you the link to this video. Let me just
see what we've exposed previously about the history of rice and blacks in America. Link below. Suffice to say that, plied with muskets and cannons, petty rivalries between the kingdoms of West and Central Africa were soon manipulated into epic wars, and the African market commenced to deliver what the foreign money masters most desired: black minds and black muscles. From what became known to white sailors as Slave Coast, a middle passage was carved across the Atlantic by slave ships bringing many of Africa's finest here, the islands of the West Indies. And it's here, specifically Jamaica, that Jenny Bostro traces the genesis of Henry Court's stolen legacy. This is the second segment of her paper, and it's the almost unbelievable part. Almost. The Americas of the late 18th century were...
I'm gonna let you do that homework, family. Go do your research, family. You gotta go watch this one right here. It is an absolute must. I kid you not. It is a must. It is a must. It's a must. Y'all gonna learn, man. We're gonna focus on this thing because the minute you come to the realization how we have been hoodwinked and bamboozled and bought into a system that we were programmed from children to accept, and all they do is put one against the other. They look for the most powerful ones and they put one against the other. Therefore, they can sell the other one into slavery, into captivity, into bondage. And it's high time, right? We recognize these lies, man, and see them for what they really are. So we gonna learn this thing, family. It is not by chance. Jackie, I see you. I see you. So that's what's going on right now, family. Yeah, Jackie, check your lineage, family. That's why you're so dark. That's why your blood's so rich. Half the story has never been told. And there's no such place as Jamaica. They took us from all over and sent those who was most rebellious far away as possible. But they took from the best, man. But why I was saying that just now to say is that I went to that page, my brother, and guess who I saw, man? I'm just going to put this link up right now because the brother mentioned his name, and I go there and see a copy. So I see a link to the elder. So I can't not do it. Like we called his name, and it came up, Dr. Ivan Van Sertima, man.
Welcome to the second part of our interview with Dr. Ivan Van Sertima, anthropologist and historian and author of They Came Before Columbus. Dr. Van Sertima, in part one, we talked about how Africans came to the New World. Can we continue along this line, please?
Yes, I was speaking about the type of currents that take Africans into the New World. Now, I lived in South America. I was born in South America on the edge of the Atlantic Ocean. And every year, in fact, I realized that when I was a boy of 10, that the many things would come in on the currents along the Atlantic. And some of the things that I found came from Africa. Scientists have found, botanists have found, for example, that the bottle gourd, which is African, can float by itself to America.
The bottle gourd?
The bottle gourd, yes. It's known in botany as Laginarius caesarea. Now, several things come out of Africa, not just men and ships. So that a man, once you enter that current, once you enter one of those currents, you automatically come to America.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, that is the way South America was rediscovered by Europeans. Alvarez Cabral, the Portuguese explorer, was going along Africa. Winds came up and blew his ships to South America. It is so close, really. So that this was a kind of journey that it could have been made thousands of years ago. There is no difficulty about the journey. The reason why people thought it was impossible is because it involved Africans. And since Africans were thought to be the lowest human being, nobody could think they had the capacities or the abilities. That is the reason why I am not only concerned with establishing this kind of contact and this kind of influence on American civilization, but showing what were the true potentials of Africans before the conquest.
Before the conquest. Not before the enslavement, before the conquest. Prisoners of war family understand what's going on. The question is, who was fighting who? And for what reason? Anyhow, family, I put that link also right there in the comments. Definitely go download it. You got some research to do. Those 3 links, I'm telling you all, will edify you in such a way and paint this picture in the light in which it ought to be painted. Because take, for example, crimes in Barbados. Crime, right now, this cybercrime bill, it has 2 parts. If you do it, you get a fine or imprisonment. I suppose it depends on if this is a multiple offense or whatever. But they focus on the fine because it's a money thing. 70,000 or 100 grand. Like, really? Guess what? That is only a crime if you are poor. If you are poor, that is a crime, because if you got 70 grand to toss away, you could talk all you want and say whatever you want to say about whoever. They find you, fine, pay it. I don't care. I'm sitting on M's. I'm sitting on billions. I could talk free. Ain't nothing you could do to me. 100 grand, please. Please. I get my car washed for 100 grand. I don't know what kind of wash that would be, but you get my point. The point I want to make is, once they attach, like the law, what they call the law, once they attach a fine to a crime, it is directly targeting the poor. Because those who have money will not have an issue with it. They can gladly afford to pay whatever fine is imposed. So then the way the law is set up in Barbados, and listen, I bet you will never hear no politician talk about crimes that attach penalties to it in the terms of fine. Your punishment is a fine. You're fined. I was fined at one point. What was it? They fined me. It's some stupid number. They told that young man who got caught growing a few trees, he got to get a court about $37,000 or go to prison. Threat, that's a ransom, a fine. A person who could afford that would pay it, and it don't matter. Pay it and keep growing. If all they got to do is pay a fine, that's it. Shucks. So anytime you see these politicians talking, ask them, what's your views on using poverty as a means to oppress the people even more, especially through legislative and judicial practices, namely fines? Because it only affects those who are poor. Because if you got money, that don't apply. But if you ain't got no money, boy, you ain't got no money, you going to prison. We're going to get this out of you one way or the other. So that means that when you go to prison, it must be a way that they make money. Since if you can't pay 100 grand as a fine, so they lock you up, It means that they must be making money when you go into prison. Hence, they get their money one way or another. Politically incorrect, man. Y'all gonna learn today. We gonna learn this thing, man. Somebody said, BNC on the ground. Haven't heard a word from them. Pedro, you fishing. Now, Barbados National Congress ain't on the ground. Ain't on the ground at all. Just don't boast about the things they do. I suppose perhaps in Wednesday program, or maybe, yeah, if not Wednesday, maybe Friday program, you'll hear some more, because we have some special guests coming in this week. I spoke to those individuals today mostly, and they're putting things in perspective, getting the information and some videos so they will share with you. It is going to be a week of revelation, family. Full revelation. Special guests coming in. And I want to give a special shout out to, while I'm at it, I got to say this. I got to give a special shout out to you. And I'm trying to see how discreet I can be without calling your name, because we spoke last night. Yes, thank you for the conversation. And it's unbelievable, quite frankly. But more importantly, this is what I'm talking about, bridging gaps, not creating division. Division is of the devil, man. It's time we bridge the gaps. We've been splintered and divided far too long, people. We act as if we got to agree on every single thing in order to move. No, we don't. We don't. But if there's some area of disagreement or contention, let us reason it out. It's better to speak with somebody who disagree with you than everybody in your face saying yes, 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 yes all the time. So don't nobody tell you no? Don't nobody question you? You making sport, man. Man, piss in my pocket, man. For real. Kid you not, man. Yeah. So that's what's up, man, Pedro. But you're going to hear more about it coming up, man, for sure. I definitely tell you we'll hear more about it. Barbados National Congress. For sure. I see Baby Lee in the building. Thing called gentrification. The first slave trades in Africa was started by the Arabs. A lot of, like I said, Sean, a lot of people not aware. They don't teach this, man. They tell you, they program you to think a certain way, and most people are still locked into that narrative. They lie, the deceit, not there to help us. Yep, they're not. That's why there's a race right now for a deceit. There's a race for deceit. All the information in our healing DNA, we are the book of life. I saved the link. That's right. More, or so much more of us to learn. Yep. Yep. Good night, Empress. We see you. We see you. Said Jackie loves dancing still. Yep. Jackie's still dancing, Pedro. Wait, speaking of Jackie dancing, why doesn't gonna play her? I ain't play her music video in a while, man. Yes, Jackie got a music video on YouTube, believe it or not. I like it. I like it, Lee. Gentrification is just modern form of colonization. Speak the truth, my brother. Speak it. Speak it. Speak it for sure, man. While you're on this approach, please don't forget to mention the the banner of Walter Rodney. Come on, man, and his role in the Black Power movement in the Caribbean, starting in Jamaica. Listen, that's why I keep telling you, my brother. We had this conversation before. I told you, you gotta come on, yourself, myself, one, two other individuals, and let's chop this up, because a lot of information people are not aware of. You gotta let me know when you're ready. Just holler. In fact, send me a WhatsApp, if not later on first light. Let me reason it, man. You can come and bring the information yourself, man. This is a platform for the people. For the people. For the people, man. Show it to the Maroons too, by the way. Show it to the Maroons too as well, because it's really the same people, the same language, but just by a different name. It's the same narrative, man. Straight up. So Ralph Gonzalez was in the student union that led to the riots on the UE Mona campus by Ralph ideology changed over the decades. Well, probably is all that lobster and shrimp. I don't know. Might make a man heavy. If my one voice song can move mountains, not just one mountain, mountains. Imagine when all of our voices are united together to move mountains. Janelle, I'm telling you, man, I'm loving the energy, loving the input. For sure. Wake up, sovereigns. Yeah, we up. We about to put some work in too. Okay. Interesting. Greetings. Ralph have become a traitor to the revolution, of course. I hearing this name come up a lot lately, man. Ralph. But you know what? You can't, I'll say this. When I, how is it, again, if we the majority, that we don't recognize when we are being misled by these politicians? How is it that we just sit back and we go at each other for crumbs rather than just take the whole kitchen, bake the food we know is best for the people and feed our own people rather than have people fight for the crumbs they toss out the back door? Like, really? And we the majority. Something ain't right here. The mind. It's the mind. Free your mind and your body will follow, man. That's why I said when you become a man, when you become a woman, it's time to put away childish things, man. I said already, crimes are for the poor. Once there's a fine, there's no crime. Once there's a fine, there's no crime. That's why the mindset is the way it is. So they got us thinking that they're the ones in charge. They're who's the authority, when in reality, they're not. They're the administrators maintaining one thing, and that's control of the minds of the people. Listen, family, I've learned, in fact, one of the things I've learned recently, and shout out to the Empress, by the way. Shout out to the Empress. Real thing. Wisdom. I give thanks for you in many ways, man. And she said to me earlier, there's no benefit in giving people the benefit of the doubt. There's no benefit in giving people the benefit of the doubt. And that was so profound, man. Like, yeah, I feel you. Like, I feel you. And so you got to just take it as you see it, man. The government's role is to control your mind. Y'all got the links I put there just now. You got them. You got it all lined up. I'm telling you, make it happen, family. So lots of Moors end up in Haiti and Jamaica. Barbados too, don't get tight with it. The whole Caribbean, man. Shout out to the whole family too, the Black Clarks family. Straight up, man. Shout out to the whole Clarks, man. Straight up. The original people, man. That's right, here in Barbados as well. Let him know, Colin. Let him know, man. No, we going pushing the clutch on this thing in a minute, man. We had to seize this nation. Like I said, they took possession of it. They took it. They told you they took it. Then they passed it on to their cronies. And yes, I said it, they cronies. And guess what? Well, we the original builders. So guess what? Since the day of John the Baptist, right? The kingdom suffer violent, and the violent take it by force, man. That's what time it is, family. Anybody waiting to be told to go to no polling station and check no box to take this country? We taking it all now. How? By claiming yourself first. Claim your real estate. Claim yourself, man. Do something for yourself. Get to know yourself even better, man. He says, send that to me, M. Which one you want me to send to you, sis? Which one? This is what they're afraid of, right? So every politician, I don't care who they are, and I said it, they have one objective, and that's to keep you enslaved, man. Keep your mind trapped. They're not about freeing you. Never in anything they say will they ever describe your freedom. They'll say you're free to pick which plantation to work for. You're free to keep paying taxes so we can keep taxing you, but you ain't free. You're going to have to decide to take your real estate and govern yourself, then link with folks who are like-minded because they strengthen those numbers. And according to the famous words of a brilliant woman, when it comes to democracy, there's room for everybody. Rastafari. Having said that, this is what's going on, family. Let me see if I can skip to this real quick. Family, the comments, y'all already know, man. Prison is a business. For sure, prison is a business. On the old map I saw, it was spelt more. Same thing. A rose by any other name, still a rose. And that's that map from 1756. That map come a long way. Shout out to Aunt Rose, by the way. Straight up, man. Shout out to Papa, by the way. Straight up, man. Shout out to Uncle Erskine, by the way. Stuart, man, and everybody else that came before. Shout out to all of them by name. You see what I'm saying? Shout out to Aunt Millie. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, man. Shout out to Girly. Straight up, man. Shout out to Sheila. Shout out to Joyce, man. Shout out to everybody in the whole family. Near and far. One people. We one people, family. Straight up. She said, wait. Empress, where you at? Oh, you said it was muted? Oh, you got that kind of phone, huh? Those taxes affect more people and more directly than any fine. Telling me, man. Anyhow, family. How is money made from the incarcerated? That might be a whole night program, man. All right. Okay. Hog plums, you gotta be kidding me, man. Making hog plum drink and boiling with sugar. Y'all going back on this, man. Look here, family. What time is it, man? We up out of here. Jackie, I see you. Listen, family, we're gonna have to get in this more story a whole nother night. You got the links. Go check them out. Definitely go check them out. Let's just get into it. Like I said, we're gonna get together soon as well. Cannot go wrong. Things is we can't live amongst ourselves, feed and clothe and leave the tyrants ruling. Well, I don't know. But wait a minute. Wait, hold on a second. You say, okay, let me rephrase that. You say we can't live amongst ourselves, feed, clothe, and leave the tyrants ruling. I don't think the aim is to leave them ruling. Me personally in Barbados National Congress, there's an old saying, bill it and they should come. The corporation belongs to them. The land belongs to us. So we seize it. We grow, we build. We grow, we build. At some point, you wouldn't have to tell them anything. They're going to come to you. You ain't have to go to them. And that's just the reality. They're only tyrants because we don't have a government, They're not tyrants to America. They're not tyrants to any other nation, to Russia. They ain't tyrants to China. They ain't tyrants they ain't tyrants to nobody other than they own. The only people they could try to unfair is they own. But what they fail to realize is that they own ain't the weak ones. They own is the strength. The people is the strength, not them. They trying to sell that idea. But the people ain't dumb no more. The people ain't deaf, dumb, and blind. It's that time. The folks are aware who up already up, and the rest are on their way. If you're called for that, you're called for that. Everybody has a calling and a role to play. And that's what it is in this symphony of life. Straight up, man. Taxation without representation. We do not need some Rastaman in government. And we say we do need some Rastaman in government and BIM. Well, brethren, serious note, right? On a serious note, at this point, right? The way this thing looking is only Rasta that can liberate the people because they don't have a clue. They all talking the same thing. There's no difference because they can't say nothing different. All they could do is point about which one's stealing the money, which is funny because there's a ton of other stuff that need attention. You don't hear nothing. So while they sit down there and debate spendings money that already spent that gone missing, and every politician comes in telling you they know what the missing money is, but they never seem to find it. I know they find it and they split it. Well, look, you ain't gonna get back all. Let's give me half. You know what I mean? Crazy. I don't know what's going on, but brethren, you can say a true statement, man. That's why Barbados National Congress is not waiting and asking permission. That's my position, man. So they need a challenge on a whole different level. Not the way they orchestrate it, but on a different level totally, man. Following the teachings of His Majesty. That's how we're going to do this, man. Said Ralph Goin at St. Vincent PM in Barbados. I know the Barbados history. My grandmother was a historian. Okay. All right, Mr. Son of a grandson of a historian. Send me the last video reference. The link, look, I put a few links up tonight. You're gonna have to just go and collect them. I don't always know which one, to be honest with you. So if you can do that, that'd be great. I suppose when you come off the live, if you go back on the live on the side where I post the comments, if you're on YouTube rather, if you click on it, it'll open up a fresh page. So you ain't gotta worry. I mean, just gotta scroll through the actual links, but I mean, that's the least y'all could do for the Rastaman, man. Say ashe to the good ancestors, man. Ashe to all of them because we learn lessons, man. Those that good taught us what to do, and those that were bad just taught us what not to do. It's just how you look at it, man. But you need them all, man, because all of them is what caused you to have life, whether you like them or not. You give thanks and praise always, man. Is Barbados Hospital better than St. Vincent? You know what? If I have to be honest, right? And I mean this right now. That question. Thanks, by the way, for your question, Greta. I've been involved in both. In fact, I did a program recently on Barbados Hospital. In fact, I'm going to put that link up because somebody was asking me a question. I'm going to put that up, Rita, just because you brought that up. I'm going to put that up. But I also want to say something, man. I think right now that all of the hospitals in the Caribbean, in fact, I'm going to make 3 statements. Let me line myself up here for this one, man. The link right there is in the comments, Greta, for the program on the QEH. That was about a few weeks ago. What I saw then in Barbados, I mean, like I said, the program speaks for itself. So like I said, I just posted a link there, Greta. You can check it out. As far as I'm concerned, make 3 statements. All of the schools in the Caribbean, all of the hospitals in the Caribbean, and all of the governments in the Caribbean at this point is designed for one thing only. And that's to maintain the plantocracy as a colony in disguise. And I say in disguise because for the most part, some folks are completely unaware. But there's room for improvement in all those institutions. all across the region. We could speak for the world perhaps, but I ain't even going that far. I'm dealing with the region, man. The Caribbean has to save itself, by itself, and for itself and future generations. There ain't nothing else to talk about. If they ain't talking about how they're going to benefit, I mean, the World Bank and these places and these loans, come on, man. They're all the same, man. Based on demographics, you know, it might just appear different, but they're all the same, man. Anyhow, truth. That's it, family. I gonna let me skedaddle here, man. Rastaman say would vote for you. Cha, family. Cha. Jahar, I give thanks, my brother. I give thanks, man. The reality, the fact is, I be running from it, man. I be running from it, so I can't even tell a lie. Everybody telling me to go get it. I'm like, nah, though. I ain't, you know, I just for the people, man. Do the works, man, regardless of who know and who don't know. You know what I mean? That's just how I'm looking at it, man. Pam said we need to have love for self, love of self. That's it, family. Once we got the foundation set, we going clear. Barbados, she said, wait, we need, where is it? I just saw it. Wait a minute, that one moved too fast. Barbados is like a puzzle and a lot of pieces are missing. Oh, they missing, but a lot of folks know where to find them as well. They missing, but they also know where to be found, man. But politically incorrect, be giving it to you. Some folks see it, some folks pretend they don't see it, but they know good and well. Or they know good and well what they're doing. The thing is, so do all of us. You seem capable of doing what needs to be done, man. Elder, you know what I would do one of these nights? You know what I would really do one of these nights, man. You keep pushing me, man. Don't make me do it, man. Don't make me do it. Don't make me do it. In fact, I know you're thinking what I'm thinking, right? 40 hard way. 40 hard way, man. I might do that for truth, though. I might be inclined to do so. I might be so inclined to do so. We'll see how it goes. Special edition. Invite the family, all the family. Yeah. We hold alive, man. Not in it, but from it. That'll be something, though, I'm telling you. Thank you for correcting me, Emmanuel. Now, we in this together, man. Brothers correct each other. Greta said, do it. She said, do it. Pam said, stop teasing and do. Stop it. Yo, shout out to the matriarch, my moms. Today was just letting you know, today was a very good day. In fact, let me just say this, family. Listen, if you got, hold on, man. Wait. I need, you know what? I need to do a program on this as well. Noel, it shows how incompetent Mia is. Mia is not incompetent here. Mia is very, very competent. Very, very competent. Mia knows exactly what she's doing. There's no question that Mia is working. I think the only question is, who is she working for? And that's where we fail to want to acknowledge. They all working. The question is, who they working for? But they working. And see the device right here? See the devices right here? If you got one of the devices, right, family, I'm telling you, you got to be on your P's and Q's in 2024. This is just, we already know it's a monitoring device. Like, we already know that. But even, something weird. Noel, I had the weirdest experience. Well, it wasn't weird. I'm only saying that. But Man, they stay trying to hack the Rasta, man. I don't care if they hack it, put a Trojan horse on it, put a satellite over the house, send the drones back, wrong heads, whatever. Man, they gonna do whatever they gonna do. But I keep telling you, right? For me personally, man, we all got our role. We all got our role. We all got our role, man. And the work is just the work. Just work. Just do your work. Just do your work. Whatever it is, just do your work, man. They got work. You got work. We got work. Let me work then. But they try to play me this morning in a very simple way, though. It was so easy. Like, that's the best one they could do, man. Gee, darn, Brad. Crazy. She said, Sean said she is not good at finance. Well, I will tell you this. I don't know if she's good or not good at finance. Like I said, it's evident that she's working. She's good at what she does. The only question we may have is, Miss Motley, exactly who it is you really working for? Because it seems a little, you keep telling me you working for me, but I don't see how come. I don't see you. I ain't really seeing how you working for me. But maybe we should answer that question directly, man. Rush one of these town hall meetings or something. Somebody said Mia might be a Trojan horse herself. Yo, listen. Yo, I'm out of here, man. Y'all are too much, man. I ain't telling you, man. Somebody said, well, she good at counting. Listen, look, let me get a tune, man. I had a tune earlier, man, but Spirit so let that one low, man. Let me try on something here differently. I had a nice tune here, man. My new favorite tune. In fact, it is my new favorite tune. Bishai, where you there, Bishai? This for the elder, man. This for the elder. This for the elder. I know this is Bishai's favorite, all-time favorite. All-time favorite. Hold on, family. Anyhow, family. This week right here, like I said, plan your week, make some stuff happen, start to pay attention, realize, open your eyes, think for yourself. Just in recap, because the question is, who will win the race for a deceit? Deceit. Who will win that race, man? Who will win that race, man? For sure, man. Let me pull this one from the top, man. Jackie.
Rest on their conscience. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
What it like, man? All these stops because this deserve any family.
Rest on their conscience. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And they live a life.
Trust no politician, family.
Of false pretense every day.
Trust no politician.
Each and every day.
No politician, family.
These are the babies who always try to eat down the small fish. Just a small fish. I tell you again, they would do anything to materialize their every wish. Oh yeah. But babe, over the down pressure, they eat the bread of sorrow. Over the down pressure, they eat the bread of sad tomorrow. Over the down pressure, they eat the bread of
Go to wealth to the Barbados private sector.
These are the big fish who always try to beat down the small fish. That's just a small fish. And I tell you what, they would do anything to materialize their every wish.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Listen, while they're trying to materialize their every wish, right? I want y'all to remember one thing, if nothing else. Bishai, we are there, Bishai.
Done one step ahead of them. If them want me come it again, them a go fall like. Watch how we step when we walking. Lyrics them a menace, I feel it blemish. Long time ready for the Gideon, yeah this. I go leave Babylon a ball in a crevice. We don't want nothing from Babylon. No satisfied till flames take Vatican. Slave master vanish like magician. We no ease up, we no dirty politician. Snakes in the grass where them waiting on. Said them a take orders from England. Pussy never know we African. Can't take we out of the motherland. See them a get frightened when warriors are pass. If a righteousness we pussy in the class. Yeah, we keep pushing till all Babylon attach. Knees never buckle, yeah, them off is steadfast. No things sell on the black market. Everything white, them a say Christ want check. Check in a Christ name of them want it. Wipe out flat line wherever them.
When they start talking, man.
Them a set another black target. Out of the belly of the beast start trek. One trip we from them a go see the progress. Put to head no other judge a project. We don't want nothing from Babylon. No satisfied till flames take Vatican. Slave master vanish like magician. We no ease up, we no dirty politician. Snakes in the grass where them waiting on. Said them a take orders from England. Pussy never know we African. Can't take me out of the motherland. To make them illusions to fail. Never make solutions, no way.
That's right.
What a time so crucial, yeah. Time get brutal, yeah.
What's the price of food, man?
More time them talk empty.
What's the price of food?
Or even else can tempt with. Nothing in the world them can tell me.
Tell them, Rima.
It just a glance to Babylon.
Don't want nothing, man.
Good over evil at a war.
Do it by yourself, man.
Night till a morning.
Go to Barbados National Congress.
Sword and a shield all imposter.
The whole Fade family, man.
Long time iniquity of.
Do it by yourself.
Must think that we forget. Nothing nice come out of Babylon.
What's the politician could do for me?
Them dirty hypocrite me just.
What they wanted they could do for me?
Babylon a listen up it change the.
Step aside, man.
Don't want nothing from Babylon.
Step aside, man.
Satisfied till flames take Vatican. Slave man
You take it from here, man.
like magician. We no ease up, we no dirty politician.
You take it from here, man.
In the grass where them waiting on. Said them a take orders.
Go to Dominique,
Plan. Pussy never
Antigua,
we African.
Lucia,
Can't take we out
Vincent,
of the land.
Grenada,
So call in your messenger.
Trinidad,
You have to listen this your
Tobago.
The fight is spiritual, no.
You have to get Tobago.
And Babylon I do the.
Go to Guyana, man.
So call in your
All of Guyana, man. Demerara for life.
your message, yeah. The fight is spiritual, no physical. Ooh, yeah. Burning higher, fire blaze higher, raise it higher, flame it higher, wanna wave higher, consciousness higher.
See y'all on Wednesday, man. Special guest Wednesday and Friday, man.
Burning higher,
Revelation time, fam.
higher, raise
More revelation time, man.
flame it higher, wanna wave higher,
Better don't talk with the receipts.
take it higher, Babylon fire.
A word, man.
From Babylon, no satisfied till flames take Vatican. Slave master vanish like magician. We no ease up, we no dirty politician. Snakes in the grass where them waiting on. Said them a take orders from England. Pussy never know we African. Can't take we out of the motherland. We don't want nothing from Babylon.
Not really.
Satisfied till flames take Vatican.
Not exactly, family.
Vanish like magician.
This last first is the emperor.
Snakes in the grass where them waiting on. Said them a take orders from England.
Governor.
We never know we are African.
Yeah, Yabuna.
Take we out of the motherland.
Kidamari. What time it is, family? Rima done tell them what time it is. All day, every day, man. All day, every day, for sure. Give thanks, family. Smiling butterfly, give thanks to you. I want to pull that weight just so. I didn't even pull it. It just pull itself. Imagine that. Okay. I really let that one play out when we roll out, man. That easy. Anyhow, family. Smiling butterfly. Restful and peaceful night. Give thanks. I get back outside, man. I was outside in all the rain. All the yesterday, all today, just holding the meds, man. Right behind the house here, there's a stream. When the rain comes, it runs like a river for a while, and it collects in a pool and like a pond. So I just was out there, man, with the birds and the bees and everything. Well, the bees, the birds and the chickens and everything else that's crawling about. It was peaceful. It was beautiful, man. I absorb it and give thanks, man. The thunder and lightning, I just embrace the energy, the synergy. Make me and I complete. So y'all have an upful, joyful, restful night as well. And we're going to link on Wednesday. Bishai, if you got the program tomorrow, we got to connect and run it live. I'm not sure Bishai have his program tomorrow, but if he does, I'll raise him in the morning and we'll bring it on. We got to get it on. So see what we can do. Y'all be at peace. Know yourself, especially in these times. And more importantly, think for yourself, man.
One step ahead of them. If them want make a better again, them a go fall like. Watch how we step when we walking. Lyrics them a menace, I feel leave blemish. Long time ready for the Gideon, yeah this. I call it Babylon, a ball in a crevice. We don't want nothing from Babylon. No satisfied till flames take Vatican. Slave master vanish like magician. We no ease up, we no dirty politician. Snakes in the grass where them waiting on. Said them a take orders from England. Pussy never know we African. Can't take we out of the motherland. See them a get frightened when warriors are pass. If a righteousness we fussing at the class. Yeah, we keep pushing till all Babylon attach. Knees never buckle, yet them off is steadfast. Love things sell on the black market. Everything why them a get price watching. Check in a Christ, them and them want it. Wipe out flat line.